A little bit about myself. I go by Victoria Love. Um, I'm I've committed to the journey of healing myself. I've committed to the journey of growing, healing, and like stepping up into the awareness and observation of self. So these past few days I've been working back into getting into I don't know, I don't want to say schedule because it's not like planned out a lot. But I've just kind of been getting into this like routine of like doing yoga in the morning, journaling, then like having a smoothie for breakfast or like later on in the day. I'm really dedicated to learning and growing with myself. I'm really dedicated to changing myself so that I can break generational like traumas within my family. And I know that within my family, breaking that and stepping away from it, I can also help others do that. The journey is a journey. It's definitely a journey with a lot of different destinations. Like right now, this is a destination for me. I've gotten to a point where, I'm satisfied and I'm fulfilled, the Nine of Cups energy. And I've learned to really have more gratitude and appreciation for the things around me. The biggest thing that I don't want to say the biggest thing because I think that everything that you learn throughout your journey is like really important to your like individual life. I really like the sun. I love the sun. I love the moon. I love everything about planet Earth, honestly. Yesterday I went for a walk. There was a fountain, absolutely gorgeous. On my walk, I hugged a tree and I hugged another tree. Hugging trees kind of like makes me feel loved because I'm not really one to like ask for hugs from like physical people. So like I usually like hug myself and I love you and tell myself I love myself and just giving myself that appreciation and gratitude and reminding myself that like I'm here to give you a hug when you need it. But I do miss receiving hugs at times. I do miss receiving hugs. The wind has been really strong. Hugs are like an essential to living, evidently. I'm sometimes just not open to receiving hugs from people just because of the energy, and I don't know, sometimes I'm not really big on like affection or like physical touch, but nonetheless, like I know why, like I know the root cause of that, and so it's something that I have to work with myself, and eventually I will be comfortable enough to ask someone that I feel comfortable and safe with, and I feel like like their energy isn't isn't low vibrational, rather than it's like a mid to high vibration. I'm really protective of my energy and like who I allow into my circle. I don't really like hanging around with so many people. I really love my alone time. My alone time calls for just more me time to figure out. I've noticed that I'm still kind of looping around in the same cycle. So what can I do? What changes and what little steps can I implement to break out of that cycle and no longer have it. You know, it's like getting on the carousel that never ends, that never stops, right? I'm on this never ending carousel, but the carousel, which is life, is supposed to work with me, right? So I have to work with life so it can work with me. And that just means like putting in the work, you know, meditating, yoga, getting to know myself, getting to know my body, getting to know my feelings, my emotions, my mind, and knowing that my mind is very powerful, and being aware, you know, having that awareness and observation of what I'm thinking, of what I'm speaking, and my actions, and how I am behaving towards others and towards myself. I really feel like sometimes I don't fully express myself, just like given like the people around me, or I don't know, sometimes I do hold myself back from like simply being. And I guess the most important thing to anyone, and as a reminder to myself, is that your ego is gonna tell you, oh my god, like I'm so worried about what they're gonna say, like what if people are judging me, and like this, that, the third, right? But at the same time, like your higher self will swoop in and say, yes, it's okay to be worried. But what is not okay is for you to think that based on what other people are saying, it's the truth about you. You can be worried, but don't take an opinion of another person to be a fact, you know, a statement of fact. Because now, like, well, in fact, like people obviously will observe and see like a outside interpretation of you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that those people may be actually telling you what you need to hear. um Sometimes people are like, you know, in your best interest, and they will tell you, but I feel like you just gotta use your intuition and your discernment, and just be open to like criticism, but being aware of who you're taking advice and criticism from, because you never know what a person's intentions are. You never really, and again, like you gotta use that intuition and that discernment. And you know, it's taken me a while to even like be able to like trust that, to trust myself again in that way, because I've, you know, been in situations that have made me not trust my intuition, and so like it led me to not fully trust myself. So what I say to that is, go on YouTube, go online, look up intuition tests. um you can have one day where you just do the first thing that's on your mind. So wake up and like whatever, like get ready for the day and do what you have to do to get yourself set, grounded, and ready to go outside, right? And then be like, okay, what should I do today? And if the first thing that pops up into your head is like go to the store, go to the store. Or the first thing that pops up into your head is like go for a walk, go for a walk. Or if you have a library near you and the first thing that you pops up into your head is like go to the library, or go to the park, or go hang out with friends. Whatever the first thing that comes up on your mind, go and do it, and trust that everything's gonna be okay, because everything is working out in your favor. Everything is working out in my favor. Everything is working out in everyone's favor, because God has, like, you and God, I and God, everyone and God sat down with him before we were, you know, born, right? We sat down and we said, this is the plan, this is how I'm gonna live, this is who I am on earth, and this is my story, right? Okay, so then you come onto earth and you're a baby and you forget all about that. But it's just that God knows your story. Wow, you may forget, God knows your story. God knows your reason, your purpose, and your mission for being here. And later on, as you're like traveling through life and finding your way, you're like, not that way, not that way. And you're like kind of right back at your starting point, and you start to go. And then you like find your flow and you find how to be yourself. And it's hard, sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming to like, you know, like really be yourselves. And that's 1010 angel number. Being yourself and knowing how to like strive to be your authentic self. And like there's this statement, and it's like those who matter won't mind you being your authentic self. Those who mind don't matter, you know. Yeah, like those who do mind about your way of being your authentic self and like have something to say or judging you or making you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, those people, no, those are the people that you need to move away from in your life. Another thing I would want to say is like, don't think about it so much. You're gonna do something, don't think about it so much. That's something that I like struggle with as well. Like there's days where I'm like, I don't know what to do, and then I think about it too much, and I end up not doing like a lot of things throughout the day. I'm not as productive as I'd wish I had been. But nonetheless, like, just do it. Do what you want to do and don't think about it. That's it. Don't think. Just do. Obviously, give a little bit thought into it. Don't be impulsive and don't think about it. But if it's something like getting out of bed, just don't think about it and do it. If it's like a struggle for you to get out of bed, don't think about it, just get up. If it's a struggle for you to, like, let's say like you've been trying to like stay consistent going to the gym, if it's a struggle for you to go, just go and don't think about it. Because a lot of us, we get wrapped up into like what's gonna happen if we do this. Like we start to think about, you know, we start to get anxious and worry about the future when it hasn't played out yet. And we don't need to worry or be anxious or cause ourselves anxiety, which like sometimes for some people causes us to stay home and not to do anything. So instead of thinking about, oh my god, what if I see this person, or what if this or this or that, let's not even think or focus too much about that. Let's not put our energy there. Let's think about, what if something great happens? What if I go today, like what if I, you know, go to the gym and I find a girl or a guy and they're like really cool and they're chill, and now we've become gym buddies, and now I'm not scared to go to the gym anymore. You know, like think about good outcomes that can come of, you know, things that you are afraid to do, but sometimes it has great outcomes and sometimes it doesn't, and we have to be okay with that. Because whether it's a good outcome or a bad outcome, it's meant to happen that way for us for a reason. And yeah, of course, like sometimes external energies have into play with that, but what I say to that is just move in silence. Best thing. My favorite thing about yoga is just stretching my body. That was really good mic horn. Our journeys are also filled with so many different people that we encounter, so many different souls and spirits that we encounter. You know, our consciousness is always going to be here. It's like another aspect of us. And I feel as even when one soul / person, spirit, divine being, angel passes, we can still feel their essence and their presence here because of their consciousness. Their consciousness is still here. Yes, we interacted with them on a physical level through our vessel, through being human, but it's like the spirit, you know, it's our soul that it's like Iron Man has that like little gold like circular part in his chest, and like that's his main thing, right? Like that's his like catalyst for being Iron Man entirely, right? So like our soul is our full essence, our soul is us. While doing some yoga, I do incorporate like a little bit of like core as well as like doing push-ups. Or sometimes the positions just yesterday I did 10, so I'm gonna go for 15, but 10 already completed. Let's go 5 more. 2, 3. Come on, love. Let's go. 2 more. Let's go. 1. Oh, you did it. Should we push it 1 more? Extra good luck. Let's go. All right. That was nice. Nice little push for today. I guess the best thing too of like being in your own energy, it's like really figuring out what you like, figuring out what you like to do, figuring out what isn't like for you, figuring out who you are. Figuring out who you are without any limitations, because our human mind and our human selves have been so programmed to always think about what other people are going to think about. And I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak about myself personally. And I'm just like, I don't want to think about what people are going to think about me anymore, you know? I'm still going to live my life the way I'm going to choose to live it. But in those present moments, that's when I'm like, do you think this person is judging me? Or like, why are these people staring at me so much? And I'm like, I'm gonna keep on living my life. And I heard this from a family member. They're like, just a statement of like, live your life like no one's looking at you. Live your life like no one's looking at you. And this is the thing too, that kind of goes into the statement of like, It's not about what you do in front of people, but it's about what you do when people aren't looking. So there's that too. When I first encountered the journey of doing yoga, I didn't know much about it. I watched a few videos on YouTube and I was like, okay, I got this. And then I've been slacking on and off on it. But I realized that when I was starting my days with yoga and meditation and journaling and grounding myself, my days were going so good. My days were replaced with the consciousness of just thinking forward, of being in the present moment, just continuously being in the present moment. And I was like, dang, that's all I want to do, that's all I want to focus on. Because sometimes I'll focus on the past or I'll focus on the future, but I guess it's just that you gotta be firm with yourself. You gotta know what you want. You gotta go running after it in a healthy way, in a healthy essence, in a healthy coping mechanisms. Ants can be significant to some of you guys. Ants are really hardworking. They're really about teamwork. They have a bunch of colonies. So working with others, knowing when to say no as well, and setting those boundaries so that you're not stretching yourself too thin. But you and I are very hardworking, and I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being a hardworking person. Proud of myself for being a hardworking person. The sun is whoa, it's dazzling. But just being out here, just admiring everything, and the wind, just, cleansing me. When there's a lot of wind, I think of it as the wind is cleansing me of any unwanted energy, of any energy that doesn't belong to me, and just giving me a nice cleanse. I feel the wind on my feet. Thank you guys. Next, I don't know. Sometimes I just enjoy taking my time and letting this be. There is this specific yoga pose that I love doing. Another favorite thing, while being out here, journaling. Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. just want to start by saying thanks to God. So, thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. And thank you, Archangel Michael. For protecting me, for guiding me, for supporting me. Thank you for showing me unconditional love. At 10, I got up from bed, told myself not to think about it, but to just do it. Look what I just found. It's like gray, but like kind of white. Thank you, guys. I'm gonna put this in a bag. I'm gonna keep it. I'm like, cause I only see leaves right now, like not no feathers. Interesting. Thank you, guys. For today, I am going to be productive. Maybe come out again. Oh, I gotta make my bed. I'm gonna read it out loud to myself, with you guys as well. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, angels. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, Archangel Michael, for protecting me, for guiding me, for supporting me. Thank you. It means a lot for your individual guidance. Affirmations I should like read when I'm like opening my journal. Sometimes I remember, sometimes I don't. I walk with clarity, I walk with power and strength, I walk with confidence and fiercity, I walk with protection, I walk with God, I walk free of worries and anxieties. If all people that don't see me, that don't want to see me prosper, I forgive all the people that have hurt me and have taken advantage of me. I forgive all aspects of myself. I forgive myself. I release all that doesn't serve me to my best and highest self. I'm not better than anyone. The universe has my back. God has my back. I have my back. My angels, my ancestors, Archangel Michael, they have my back. Love flows through me effortlessly. I give it and receive it all the time. Bless, thank you, God. I am learning to hold my boundaries and hold self-respect. Be humble, stay focused on self, keep loving and nurturing yourself. You got this. Thank you, God, ancestors, angels, and guardian angels for everything. I love you guys. Thank you. So this is a dream journal. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish off what I didn't do too early. Now that I've gone ahead and did some journaling, I'm gonna go ahead and go inside, try to just cool off a bit.